Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a little unboxing of a package I got from a new company called SJ3 Designs. They have some of the coolest items. These are Dipcup liners that can replace your cupcake liners that you've been using. Also, this marbling tray is super awesome. It'll make marbling with dip powder that much easier, and I cannot wait to show y'all that in a future video. Here's some information about the company and where to find them. They sent some candy, which was great, and I had to go ahead and eat a piece because why not, right? The sticker was the cutest, and then here are the directions for how to clean them. You do not want to throw them in your dishwasher, and as you'll see, they clean out very easy with just a wipe with a brush, but if you want to do a little bit extra, a damp paper towel is fine. So today I'm going to do a gel mani with using chunky glitter. It was requested a couple of videos back that when I did my last chunky glitter video, that I do it with gel versus dip powder and how I would do it. So I do apologize, it's a little bit lengthy. I do play around with the chunkier glitters just a little bit more when I have gel, and I wanted to show you a couple of different ways that it is possible to be done. So initially with the pinky finger, I don't know why I said that. Well, initially with the pinky, I poured over the first layer because that's generally what you would want to do with a chunkier glitter, so you don't grab too many of the bigger pieces. But this specific chunky guitter, as you see, has a very clear base, and it's not necessarily a full chunky glitter. I guess that's how you would say that. So it doesn't have as much of a full coverage, or it doesn't catch the smaller glitters. It doesn't have a colored base. It's just the way that it poured over didn't really fill up as much on my nail, as you'll see. So with the ring finger, I decided to go ahead and show you a dip in, what the difference that would look like. Now that was just a dip in with, I just poured the stuff on, I just poured the dip into the container, and you see there wasn't as much of the chunkier glitters on the top, so it didn't pick up as much as I would have liked on my first layer. So I wanted to show you the difference between those two. And you always want to make sure that you're kind of cleaning out your cuticles, kind of pushing stuff around to where you want it to be. So with the thumb, I went ahead and I dipped it as well, but you'll see the coverage with the dip in with the thumb is pretty decently full. So with a glitter like this, or if you only want to do one layer of a chunky glitter, you'll see I shake it a little bit to get some of the chunkier glitters to the top. You'll get a more full coverage, as you see, with just the one dip. So it's really depending on what you want to do for your chunky glitters. Sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming how much you pick up when you're doing it this way. And I just use a cuticle orange wood stick usually if I'm doing gel and I'm pushing the glitters around. I just kind of play with the glitters. It takes me a little bit longer to do this just because I'm tapping very, very gently. I tried to use like a finger cut or a glove, but I mean, it's a little bit more tricky for me, so I would say use something like a plastic baggie or something over your finger so that you don't develop a gel allergy. But this is the way that my mind has to do it. I can't do it any other way. I've tried to do it several different ways, but I have a harder time with a plastic bag or something over my finger just because I'm not able to touch it the way that I need to. So this is just what works for me. The general process is the same, but you can definitely throw something on your finger and protect it from any gels or anything like that. But right now I'm not at that level where I can do that, just because in my head it just doesn't work right for me, and I end up messing it up, and it just is a lot more work than it's worth, I guess you could say. So I'm just going to kind of let you watch as I do my second layer. It's pretty simple for me to do it with gels just because you have all the time in the world to work with. Nothing is set until it's cured. If you don't like it, take an alcohol on a paper towel or a lint-free wipe and wipe it off and start over. Nothing is set until you cure it, which is one thing that I absolutely love about gels. But once it is set now, it is set. So you want to make sure that your glitters are in the right place, there's nothing on your skin. Just want to be really careful. but I end up doing 3 layers on the pinky and the ring finger, and then I end up filling a little bit in, spot filling on the pinky, and then I do my orange that I'm going to use on my index finger and my middle finger. I'll let you guys go ahead and watch, and I'll come back at the end. Alright, I forgot about the encapsulating so that we can file some. I use gel base and gel top to encapsulate my glitters, especially if they're behaving and they're laying pretty flat, just because that's the way that works best for me. Sometimes I will do 2 layers of gel base and then a gel top coat, but this one specifically, I didn't need a whole lot of filing, so I just did a gel base and a gel top, and then I went in with my filing after that. Also, I'm doing my thumb off camera just because I'm doing this with my non-dominant hand, and I actually threw some filing in here for you guys. I left my e-filing in here so y'all can kind of see how I run around the edges of my cuticle line with an e-file, and it just helps clean it up that much easier. So you can also use a builder gel to encapsulate. I just don't use builder gel usually because it adds so much extra thickness. So personal choice, up to you. So this is what I was saying about the Dipcup liner. Look at that. I just wipe it out with a brush and it is perfectly clean, ready to go in with my next color. Now I'm going to use the e-file with an extra fine barrel bit from PANA, just because this is the bit that I found that works the best for me to clean up my cuticle lines. I put it on reverse since I'm using my left hand. It goes in the direction that I need it to go in so that I can get the cuticle line as good as I can. It's a lot easier to clean up your cuticle line once you get the hang of it with an e-file versus a hand file, because I usually cut myself with the hand file because there's so much motion and I'm not paying attention and it's big. So I usually cut myself with a hand file. So I've trained myself to use this e-file, and to get it in camera was just like, I was trying so hard, y'all. I leave it on 4,000 just because that's a really good speed for me to be able to do my cuticle line with my non-dominant hand. And I did end up cutting myself just a little bit on my ring finger just because I was trying to stay in camera, and it's hard for me to see at the angle I'm at and do it on camera for y'all. I promise I will get a better full video for y'all of e-filing and hand filing. So yeah, like I was saying, I went ahead and did my thumb off camera, and now I'm going to do the orange on my pointer and my middle finger, and then I'm going to gel base and gel top coat everything, and then I will come back at the end and show y'all the final result. y'all, we have all finished up. You want to make sure you're using your cuticle oil as always. These Dipcup liners, I just wanted to show them a little bit closer. They have got the flat bottom. They are super easy to clean out. If you don't have these yet, you totally should grab some. They are the easiest thing to work with, and I definitely need to get some more. I love them so much. Now this is how it looks all finished. This glitter is so shifty that I absolutely fell in love with it. I did add the stickers at the cuticle line off camera just because I figured it needed something else. But all in all, gel is a lot easier to use than dip because you have all the time in the world to work with. I definitely hope y'all found this video helpful. You've learned something from it. I would totally appreciate it if you would give me a like, maybe consider subscribing for more content like this. And then if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything like that, you can leave them in the comments. My email is listed below, so you can always shoot me a message or DM me on Instagram if you feel more comfortable that way as well. Anyways, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch y'all in the next one.